Good morning, students. In the previous class, we have discussed about the nomenclature and binomial nomenclature and the rules or principles of nomenclature. There we have discussed that what are the scientific names and how do we have to write the scientific names. Today we will discuss about the taxonomy. So taxonomy is the study of principles and procedures of classification. It has been derived from the Greek word taxis, meaning arrangement, and nomos, meaning law, means the law of arrangement. How do the life forms they are arranged within that particular classification pattern. So taxonomic knowledge of organisms is based on the following. The first one, form and structure, which are morphology, whereas the how, the cell structure, what is the cell structure, whether they are prokaryotes, whether they are eukaryotes, whether they are having different types of cellular organelles present or absent, according to that is the cytological pattern. The next one, the developmental processes, that is the embryology. Fourth, that is the remnants of the past organisms, that are fossils. And fifth one is the ecological relationships. So we'll discuss about the basic processes of taxonomy. The first one is characterization. The organism is described for all its morphological and other characters. Second, identification. On the basis of its characteristics, it is decided whether it is similar to a known group of taxonomy or not. The third one, classification. Based on the similarities in characters, it is placed in a known taxon. And fourth one, nomenclature. Once it is placed in a taxon, its correct name is determined. If the organism has not been described before, it is given a new name. So, we'll discuss about the taxonomic hierarchy. So, taxonomic hierarchy is the framework in which the taxonomic groups, which are called taxa, are arranged in a definite order from higher to lower categories. So, that it is the framework in which we assign or we groups, the taxonomic groups called taxa are arranged in a definite order from higher to lower categories, and each category or unit represents a rank and is called a taxa. And a species is the basic or lowest unit of classification, and kingdom is the highest category in classification. So species is the basic or the lowest unit of classification, and whereas the kingdom is the highest category in classification, we might have discussed in brief in standard 9 about the classification pattern of life forms, that were monerans, protistans, fungi, plantae and animalia. So there are 7 obligate categories or taxa in the taxonomic hierarchy. They are first, kingdom, followed by second, phylum, or in the plant case, phylum word is replaced by the word division. Third, class. Fourth is the order. Fifth, family. Sixth, genus. And the last, seventh, the species. So do we have just discussed now in plant kingdom, division is the category equivalent to phylum of animal kingdom. So we may have written here the taxonomic hierarchy. There we may see that from higher to lower category that has been mentioned here, and the highest category kingdom has been placed, followed by the phylum, or in the case of plant kingdom it would be replaced by the word division, and within the phylum so many classes would be there, and one class may have number of orders, one order may have number of families, and one family may have number of genus, and genus would have species. So next point, the smaller or subcategories may be added for finger distinctions when necessary. They are subkingdom, subphylum, subfamily, subspecies, etc. So we may have a look here. We have written about the taxonomic hierarchy of human beings. that it belongs to the kingdom Animalia and the phylum is Chordata. We may see that it belongs to the subkingdom that is Eumetazoa. Just like Chordata is having so many number of classes, it belongs to the class Mammalia, and it is also having subphylum that is Craniata. So Craniata means presence of brain box or true that cranium. And just like the Mammalia, it would have again a number of orders. Before that, it is having so many, that is subclasses, that is Theria and Prototheria. So we human beings, we belongs to the subclass that is Theria. So similarly, certain major categories may be grouped into larger super categories like superorder, superclass, etc. All the members of a taxon have similar characteristics which are different from those of other taxa. So mean to say, if you are talking about cats and dogs, they are belonging to the class Mammalia. They are showing so many similar features with respect to each other. But if we move to other taxa, suppose chordata, within the chordate, so many other groups of chordates are there. For example, fishes, amphibians, reptiles, aves. So if we compare any other member, suppose fish, to a cat or dog, it would not be showing so many similar features to them. The hierarchy indicates the various levels of relationships. Nearer the categories in the hierarchy, more is the similarity between their organisms and vice versa. So, just now we have discussed about the cats and dogs. They are more similar. They are placed within the same taxa under the class Mammalia. They are showing so many similar features with respect to them. But if we move to other taxa, then obviously that it would not be sharing so many common features with the members of the other taxa. Higher the category, lesser will be the number of similar characteristics of organisms belonging to that category. For example, within the group of Mammalia, just now we have seen so many groups, so many members belongs to the Mammalia group: dog, cats, lions, tigers, so many we human beings. So we are sharing so many common features that may be similar. And if we move higher to that category, suppose chordates, so we have just now discussed that within the chordates so many groups are there: fishes, amphibians, reptiles, aves. If we compare a bird to a mammalia, what we may be observing that as we are moving higher in the category, lesser will be the number of similar characteristics present within them. And if we are moving in the lower in the categories, they would be showing more similar characteristic features within themselves. So, of the various categories in the taxonomic hierarchy, only the species have a real existence in nature, while others are arbitrary groups that we have made for convenience to our study. So what do we observe? That obviously in this taxonomic hierarchy, that the kingdom is at the highest level, followed by the phylum, followed by class, order, family, genus and species. Only the species is the, we can say, the real existence in nature, whereas these all other groups, they are just arbitrary that do we have made for our convenience to make it easier to study. So let us take a example of human beings. The taxonomic hierarchy of the human beings, do we have mentioned here that do we know the human beings belongs to the kingdom Animalia. Within the Animalia there are so many groups, do we have discussed in the class 9 also regarding the poriferans, coelentrates, like so on platyhelminths, Annelida, Nematoda, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinoderms, Urochordata, Pisces, amphibians, reptiles, aves and mammalia. But do we belong to the certain group, that is Mammalia? So the phylum to the group is Chordata, means we are chordates, we are having true notochord present, that is present within our body, that is replaced by vertebral column. And the class for our group is Mammalia. So here you may see that there is subkingdom also, that is Eumetazoa, and like so on. Subphylum is there, we belongs to the group Craniata, means having cranium, and the class for Mammalia, and that we are having subclass also within the Mammalia group, that is Prototheria and Theria. Prototheria, that they are primitive mammals, for example the duck, the duck-billed platypus, the egg-laying mammals, and we belongs to the group that is subclass Theria. And within this group subclass Theria, again it is having number of orders. We belong to the group order Primates. There are so many orders: Rodentia, Carnivora, Insectivora, Sirenia, etc. There are so many orders, and within that the order Primates, we belong to the family Hominidae, and to the family Hominidae the genus is Homo and species is the Sapiens. So till so far here we'll discuss about the taxonomic categories in detail, about the definitions of these taxonomic groups, that are species, genus, family, order, class, that we will discuss in the next class. Thank you. Have a nice day.